First of all, I'd like to give all praise due to Allah. Second, I'd like to give honors to our prophet, Noble Ali, who brought us our nationality, birthright, and divine creed. Next, I'd like to give honors to First Grand Sheikh of the Moorish Science Temple in America, Brother E. Last but not least, I'd like to give honors to the forerunner of the prophet, who was like John the Baptist to Jesus, Marcus Musa Garvin. Islam. Today we're going to go over chapter 8, and it says, Jesus revealed to the people of their sinful ways. Before we get into that,
yes, sir,
we're going to deal with some definitions first. I like to go over definitions because they're important. And when I looked up the word sinful, up under sinful, it really didn't have a good definition, but it had a synonym and an antonym. And the synonym of sinful was black, dark, evil, immoral, exquisite, nefarious, rotten, bad, unethical, unlawful, unrighteous, savory, vicious, vile, vigilantous, wicked, and wrong. So it's saying sinful is all of these things.
Islam.
And then we know, according to scripture, that sin is simply violation of the law of God.
That's
and
right.
We know when man is living in sin, man is living in his lower self.
Islam.
So in this particular lesson, it says Jesus revealed the people of their sinful ways. So indeed, the people in Jesus' day were doing something wrong. And because they were doing something wrong, Jesus had to be the one who corrected them. And see, we know that these lessons are for that day and time, and they also for this day and time. And we like to bring our lessons up to this day and time so we can use them and apply to our lives today, right?
That's right.
So, and it says, I did look up another, it says reveal. Reveal is to make known through divine inspiration. That means that divinely, something divine was in Jesus.
Islam.
And something divine gave him the inspiration to reveal to people their sinful ways. In Acts 6 of the Moorish Science, of our divine constitution, it says that that's why the great God Allah ordained Noble Ali, our prophet, to redeem his people from their sinful ways.
Islam.
And then if we look at Acts 7 in our Moorish Koran questionnaire, and it tells us that what is a prophet? Or what is the duty of a prophet? And it said the duty of the prophet is to what?
Save nations.
Save the nation from the wrath of Allah.
Islam.
So how do we save a nation from the wrath of Allah? We save the nation from the wrath of Allah by what? Revealing them their sinful ways.
Islam.
So we tied it all together.
Praise the Lord.
That's what the prophets did. And even in this day and time, that's our duty. That's what we supposed to do in this day and time. We supposed to reveal to the people their sinful ways. That's how we're going to uplift them out of this carnal place, out of the lower self, and bring them up into their higher self. Because if nobody teach them and reveal to them they doing wrong, some of them might not even know.
That's right.
But us being light bearers, we must reveal to the people their sinful ways, just like our prophet. And just like Jesus, these lessons just not to read the stories, but he's setting an example for us. Our prophet was an example.
Islam.
And Jesus was an example
Islam.
that we supposed to reveal to the people their sinful ways, right?
Sir.
And as we start reading and getting into the chapter, it says, in all the cities of Orissa, Jesus taught. An architect by the riverside, he taught, and thousands of people followed him. Now you see, it said, now Jesus, he was our example, right? So where did he go? In all the cities. Was he in the synagogue somewhere? Jesus was in the street, wasn't he? Hitting all the cities, revealing to the people they see no matter where he went, all day, every day. If you ain't at home, where you at? You in the street.
In the city somewhere.
You in the street or in the city.
Islam.
So everywhere you go in the city, what do? Every time you meet somebody and see somebody acting at their lower self or doing something that they shouldn't do, you're supposed to expose them. Be the light bearer, let them know, hey, this is not right what you're doing.
Islam.
And as we read down into this, we'll find out how Jesus dealt with some people that he came across who was living in their sinful ways and doing things that against Allah, the things that Allah didn't want them to do. Because we know that sin is against Allah, right? Sin is violation of the law of Allah.
Islam.
So we know that. So it said one day a car, Jaquana, was hauled along by scores of frenzied men. And Jesus said, behold, a form. Okay, we'll stop there. It said, he seen these men, and they were going down the street, hauling along. What was they hauling?
Car juggernaut.
Okay. He said, bro, from without a spirit. It said, okay, we go down. It said, behold, a form without a spirit passed by a body with no soul, and a temple with no altar, fires. The car is an empty thing, for Krishna is not there. So what they was doing was they had took an idol. You know, back in those days, they had idols that they man-made idols with their hands, and they just see something and it looked pretty. If a rock looked pretty to them, they made that they God. They said, that's my God. And in these particular men, they liked it charisma. They loved charisma because they had this thing erected of it, and they haul them around and running through the streets, and this men following.
Islam.
Falling the wrong way. And Jesus seen them falling the wrong way. And Jesus, when he seen them falling the way, he said, hold on. He said, Allah didn't teach that. He said, something going on. He said, something wrong. So he had to stop. He had to say something. And he didn't care where he was at and who these people were or what they were thinking about. All he wanted to let them know that they was wrong. And that's how we had to be. We got to be bold, like Jesus was, like our prophet was.
Islam.
When they seen injustice and wrong, they stood on their square and they let you know it ain't right.
Islam.
And you ain't gonna do this. This is not what you're supposed to do. You know, God, Allah gave us free will to do as we will, but at the same time, we supposed to do what's right.
Islam.
So he let them know this is what's right. Now, once I give you that truth and let you know, then it's up to you and Allah to make it happen. But hey, I'm gonna do my job, and I'm gonna let you know whether you like it, if you kill me, or if you don't.
Islam.
I'm still gonna do what Allah has sent me to do. So that's how we have to stand up today, and how we have to act. We have to be like Jesus. We have to be like our prophet.
Yes,
we don't care who say what.
Islam.
We gotta do what Allah say do.
Praise Allah.
It says, it said they had a form without a spirit. And without a soul, a temple without and no altar of fire. Now you talking about you around here, hey, I got this cell phone because this our God, some of our gods today. You know, what are our gods today that we are worshiping? What are our gods today that we're so infatuated running behind every day? Some of us run around these cell phones all day. Everywhere you go, you can't live without it. I gotta have Facebook. I gotta have this. I gotta have this. Some of us running behind homosexuality. Some of us want to be high all day, every day, drunk all day, every day. These are our gods.
Islam.
And we gotta stop making these carnal things our God. This is what our lesson trying to let us know today. Stop making these carnal things your God, because Allah is your God.
Islam.
He gonna talk to you. He gonna help you. He gonna lead you. He gonna guide you. But you gotta believe and lean and trust on Him.
That's right.
So,
Jeez, brother.
the carnal, you know, we love carnal gratification. We can't be gratified by this flesh all the time. We live in this flesh. We want to gratify the flesh. Everything we do. Because that's the lower self. But once we realize that, hey, this is not.
Right.
King Solomon said, man, he said, everything is vanity. And once we realized, hey, this is all vanity, man. I realized I was on my cell phone every day playing Candy Crush when it first came out. I'm talking about hours at a time. I'm Candy Crushing. Yeah, well, and I had to catch myself.
Right.
I said, man, I started at 12 and it's 3. I said, what benefit this is to me? I ain't making no money. I ain't doing nothing. I said, man, I must be a fool. I must be going crazy. And see, Allah will come to you and let you know too now, personally. Because we go down here where he say that still small voice that speaks to me.
Yes, sir.
So he'll speak to you and let you know, hey son, what you doing? I got work for you to do and you playing. You need to stop playing them games and doing what I called you to do. So get up off that couch and I deleted all the games on my phone. You get my phone now, I had no games on my phone.
No games?
Because, hey, them games, they had me being a slave. They were my God, my idol. And I had to cut them off. That's what we had to use that as to cut these things off. That's ungodly, this thing that when people let you know, and when Allah talks to you with that still small voice and tell you, hey, let it loose, you gotta let it loose. It might hurt, you might not like it, but you gotta be obedient.
Yes, sir.
I'm just gonna read down and then we gonna go, because I'm gonna hit the whole thing, but it said, this kind of is an empty thing, and charisma is not there. This car is but an idol of people drunk on wine of carnal things. Allah lives not in the noise of tongue. There is no way to him from any idol shrine.
That's right.
Hear that? He said Allah don't live in noise and tongue. Just because you put on a good show and be out there, everybody yelling and doing all that stuff, that don't get Allah's attention.
Islam.
He don't care nothing about all that noise you making, cause like the old folks say, you talking loud and you ain't saying nothing. What is you talking about? But Jesus let him know, say, there is no way to him like this and through idols and shrines. I'm gonna throw this phone up. How I'm gonna get the law on Candy Crush all day every day? Huh? How I'm gonna get a law, hide my man all day every day, drunk all day every day? How am I gonna get the law? These things are hindering us. These things that we make gods and idols. And Jesus told him right there in the 6th verse was, to him from any idol or shrine, he said, there's no way to him through these things.
Islam.
And if these things are not getting you to Allah, then guess what? We don't need to be involved in them. We don't even need to be participating in them. Because our will should be the same will that Jesus had and our prophet had, is to do the will of Allah.
Islam.
To reveal to people our sinful ways. Reveal ourselves of our sinful ways so we can stop acting in our lower self and we can start acting in our higher self, right?
Islam.
Jesus go on to say, Allah meeting place with man is in the heart. And in the still small voice, he speaks. And he who hears him is still. What do still mean? Still mean you at peace.
Yes, sir.
Now see, when you in that lower self and you in your sinful ways, that's what happened to you. You ain't got no peace. You ain't got no peace.
That's right.
You constantly move. But when you sit down and then you make Allah your please, you sit still and you listen to Allah in that heart, and you become one with Allah and obedient to Allah, then that's when you have peace. Because he gonna make your enemy your footstool. He gonna move things out your way. He gonna bless you and make things happen for you. A lot of people say, well, Allah ain't good to me because you hinder your own blessing. You hinder yourself for being disobedient. So we have to be obedient to the will of Allah and obedient to what he say. Because if we not, then guess what happened? Then we fall to the way. We just in the sinful way, in that lower self. And lower self got us trapped and we can't get out. So we got to listen to that small voice within. I know all of us sometime in life done talk or done did something wrong. You done jumped on somebody or did something crazy and y'all heard something say, man, you shouldn't have did that. You need to go apologize or something like that. And you sit there, I ain't apologize, I ain't doing nothing. And then still clowning and acting a fool because you don't want to listen to that still voice that Allah within telling you, man, get it right. And then Allah talk to man through man. Allah might send an older brother or even a child to you and say, man, you shouldn't have did that. Why you do that? And you don't want to listen to nobody. You don't want to listen to lying. You don't want to listen to the people who he sent to teach you and tell you, stop acting a fool. Get out your sinful ways. We don't want to do it. Why? Because we're disobedient.
It's not.
We're in that lower self and we just stuck. But see, once we reveal it and he reveal it to us, we should be able to come out of it. We're going to learn right down in here. Go on down, he's going to tell us that it's a holy breath or a spirit that help us. Right. That help us. So we ain't on our own. Allah is with us. Long as our prophet with us, Jesus with us, all our ancient ancestors are with us. All we have to do is derive power from them. And they give us strength and they help us and guide us. Because all the things, these teachings is all the things that some of our ancestors did so we can learn from. So we won't make the same mistakes that they made. And so we won't do the same things that they did. And if we listen to these lessons and take heart to these lessons and these instructions from our prophet and from Jesus and all the different people that are in the Holy Koran, then our lives will be better lives. But when we try to do it our way, we want to have our will on the work. We are chasing, the scriptures say, seek ye first the kingdom of God, and everything else will be give it to you. But guess what? We forget that, hey, we so busy trying to chase the dollar, trying to chase these women, trying to chase everything else. But all we got to do is honor our Father. We honor our Father. We obedient to our Father doing what He wants us to do. And guess what? You get blessings coming out the woodwork. Your enemy will be blessing you. People will giving you stuff and sowing in your books and bless you all day, every day. And you be like, Allahu Akbar. You be yelling, God is great.
Islam.
But we have to be obedient. We got to get out these sinful nations, these sinful ways. Because that's not what's happening. These sinful ways, they going to do on behalf of us trap. Jesus gave them the truth. And the truth was to meet in the place of Allah is in your heart. And if we follow Allah in our heart, we will be at peace. And that's what it's all about, being at peace. You ain't got to die and look for heaven and hell. You can have your heaven right here on earth.
That's right.
Just like Allah said, I put a hedge of protection around Job and protected him.
Islam.
He said, I protect all my children the same way. All you got to do is obey me. Just like I made him prosper and gave him all this land, all these children, everything, I'm going to bless you too. Just be obedient. Try me.
That's right.
That's what He wants you to do. Just step out on faith and triumph at one time. But and we go down and say, and all the people said, teach us to know the Holy One who speaks within and the heart of Allah, that still small voice. These people, now, He got them curious. Now He's saying, wait a minute. That truth must have sank in to some of them because they wanted to know more. They realized, man, you're right. We worshiping these things that don't make no sense. We worshiping. We carrying this idol God around and we hooping and hollering like this thing can do something for us. It can't do nothing. But you talk about somebody that can do something to me and talk to me within myself. They say, we got to know some more about this, brother. Teach us some more about this.
That's right.
Now they wanted some more.
Yeah.
And Jesus said, and Jesus told, He said, the holy breath. He said that holy breath.
Holy breath.
He said that holy breath cannot be seen with mortal eyes, nor can men see the spirit of the Holy One. You can't, they want to look for it. They want Him to reveal something to them. He said, y'all can't see it like that. But how can, and then, and then He told them how they can see it. He said, but in their image was man made. And whose image was man made? He was made in the image and the likeness of what? Allah. That's right. So we made in the image and the likeness of Allah. He said, but in that image, man was made. So when He said, and he who looks into the face of man looks at the image of Allah who speaks within.
That's right.
So He's saying, when you look at other people, then you're looking at Allah.
Islam.
You looking at Allah. And He said, when man honors man, he honors Allah. And when man does for man, he does for Allah. And you must bear in mind that when man harms in thought, words, or deed another man, he does a wrong to Allah. Now see, Jesus trying to let them know, these are commandments, basically. He said, you need to honor me. When you honor man, you honor Allah. See, God created every one of us in this room. He created each and every one of us. And guess what? And ain't nobody better than the other person. Because he gave us the same facilities. But some of us get the big head and we think, oh, we better than our brother. We want to talk about them and downplay them and stuff. But we can't do that. We can't dishonor man because you dishonor Allah because Allah made that man. How you going to talk about somebody you ain't creating, you didn't make? You got to respect them. Allah blessed the righteous as well as the unrighteous. He used the unrighteous to fulfill his will. If it wasn't Judah, could Jesus go to the cross?
Islam.
If it wasn't Pharaoh, could we learn anything about the children of Israel coming out of slavery, out of Egypt? So he had to use these people. So he uses everybody, and everything works together.
That's right.
According to his will.
Islam.
And who say that Pharaoh, just because he did that to the children of Israel, who say he went to hell? We ain't got no heaven or hell to put nobody in. He was doing what Allah wanted him to do. That was his job to do. And before Pharaoh died in the Holy Koran, the Mecca, he said, Ilaha, Ilallah. He said, there's no God but Allah. That's what he said. Before he drowned in that Red Sea. So, how you know where he at? A lot of people say, oh, Judah's in hell. Pharaoh in hell. But you don't know where he at. Because Allah had a purpose, had to use people for everything. Even you when you was in your mess. When you doing all this silver stuff, he allowed you to do it and blessed you through it so you can be a living testimony to other people. So you can help other people. How you gonna tell somebody, well, I ain't never smoked no dope, but I can tell you this. You can't tell nobody about dope and you ain't never smoked none and you ain't never been high. You know, so he let you go through things and he bring you out them things so you can help others. That's another part of living humanity. You know, and then just because you did something wrong in your life don't mean you going to hell. Because you always say, 3 minutes, Allah forgive me. Okay, but as we go down, I'm just gonna hit on some highlight. Y'all can read over this chapter. This is a good chapter now. It say the Holy One uses smiles and only sacrifice. See, Allah said like this. He said, don't give me no sacrifices. In this chapter, he said, don't give me no sacrifices, burning them and stuff. He said, y'all wasting, Jesus said, y'all wasting y'all time. Y'all burning food on the altar, got all these pretty plants on the altar, and y'all just burning them up, talking about sacrificing to a God, and y'all got people over here hungry.
That's right.
Y'all got people over here in need. He said, make human sacrifice. Human hearts your altar. And if you make human hearts your altar, then instead of burning it to some God that ain't gonna eat it and it just gonna waste and give it to somebody who need it, what you think Allah be happy with that? It's a sin to waste something that Allah blessed you with.
Good point, brother.
You can't be wasting what Allah has blessed you with. And then the last verse I like this right here, it said, the last couple of verses, he said, and all the people were entranced and would have Jesus as a God, but Jesus said, I am your brother, man. Just come to show the way to Allah. You shall not worship man. Praise Allah, the Holy One. See, another thing that Jesus let us know, he just showed us humility and humble. Even though he was a master teacher and could do many things, then he was humble enough to let us know, I'm your brother, man. He said, I just come to show the way to Allah. See, in other words, don't y'all get the big head.
That's right.
Because you got some little knowledge. You want to get the big head and then take fame and nobility for yourself. So he said, give it to Allah.
That's right.
Because that's who all praise and everything go to. Don't get the big head because he gave you a little knowledge and because he blessed and you remember where them blessings came from.
Islam.
Islam?
Islam.
With that, I close. I bring out grand seat. I had me about another 20 minutes.